Hey guys, in today's video, I'd like to spend approximately 10 minutes to share my favorite takeaways from reading the book Startup Pitch Presentation by Maurizio La Cava. The tips will focus on improving speech and pitching. So starting with our first one, treat the audience as the hero and you are the mentor. As a speaker, always treat the audience as the hero of their own story and you're acting as their mentor. You're adding value and speaking to their personal interests. Don't try to sell the audience something, but act as a mentor. Show that you're interested in people and what they're trying to achieve. Be honest and helpful. If people trust you, you will have their attention. Moving on to 2, have a conversation with the audience. It's always a two-way dialogue. It's very important to manage any presentation like a conversation with the audience. You want to interact and engage with the audience whenever possible. Third, talk like a human being. Use a casual tone, simple and easy words to understand. You always want to communicate to your audience in the clearest, simplest, and most relatable way. Moving on to number 4, questions from the audience are golden opportunities. The audience doesn't ask questions because they're mean, but because they're interested and want to know more. It's highly desirable that the audience asks as many questions as they can, so don't be on the defensive. Useful practice to show you've understood the question is to ask clarifying questions about what they are asking. This way you're acknowledging their question and that you've understood their question properly. You must manage the conversation with your audience at all times with grace and respect. Be open to criticism while remaining calm and collected. Although you are the speaker, your goal is to level yourself on the same plane as the audience, to see things from their perspective. This will allow you to connect with your audience. If you don't know the answer to a question, don't be afraid of admitting that you don't know the answer. It's an act of responsibility to earn the trust of your audience. You can say something along the lines of, I don't know from the top of my head, but getting you the answer is not out of my capability. If you give me 24 hours, I can get back with you a more thoughtful response or refer you to someone who may know the answer. The trust in the speaker is essential in every conversation. The most important value that investors look for in entrepreneurs is integrity. So investors don't fund someone who they do not trust. Moving on to number 5, connect the benefit to a financial metric. When speaking with a client or a business, the ideal act is that we connect the benefit to a financial metric. The wrong approach is, for example, we work in a hotel industry to improve electrical consumption. The correct approach would be, for example, hotels have used our power generators to reduce their electrical consumption by 50% every year. So the benefit must be specified in financial or in quantitative metric and measures, and the benefit is significant to the listener. Number 6 is establish your credibility, a reason for the audience's attention. Maurizio notes there are 3 fundamental principles at the bottom of a persuasive presentation. So first is credibility. You want to first gain the audience's attention through your credentials or experience. Second, focus and build connection with the audience. And then third, triggering emotionality, because it is emotions that motivate the audience to act. Number 7, tell a personal story that is close to you. As Pixar's storytellers say, what makes a story interesting and exciting is the ability of the speaker to transmit his feelings to the audience. There's only one way to make this happen. The story must be personal, touching, and close to the speaker. If you tell a story in which you were personally involved, you are naturally driven to transmit the emotions and sensations that you felt. Those emotions will engage the audience. It will be strong enough to make the audience feel your story is their story. So to win over the audience from the first phases of the presentation, build a story that will touch you personally, live the story when you talk about it, and help your investors or audience experience it too. Last is number 8, invite the audience through your lows to trigger emotionality. It's never interesting to talk with a mentor who has the most pretentious business position. Entrepreneurship is not learned through books, and there's no other way to learn it than through practical experience. Failures are a critical part of an entrepreneur's journey, And there's nothing more relatable and no better way to connect with your audience than to show that you've experienced the same or similar problems, the heartbreaking failures as they have. And against all odds, this is how you overcame them. And by telling that, it also shows your conviction. And on a last note, to embark on a startup or any pursuit, you must really believe in it and be ready to go against everyone and everything. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember to give it a like, share, and if there are any tips on pitching and speech you like to share, let me know in the comments. If you want to stay tuned for future videos that you might find useful, you can click the subscribe button below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.